So let me start today's lecture, okay? Okay. So as usual, please log in the WebCT system, Blackboard LAN system, and open today's contents. So today's content is the 11-C-slide PDF. So today's topic is iteration, a loop. Okay. So actually today's content as shown here. First I introduce a fixed number iteration, and in C programming languages there are several loop sentences. Those are for sentence, while sentence, do while sentences. I will introduce each of them. And also the important sentences like a break and continue. Okay, this is very convenient using if you use when you use loop sentences. Finally, I introduce today's exercise. So why the programming language provide loop sentences? Do you know? So for example, if you want to print out any string, a certain string, for example, only one character, a string. So using, 3A. So of course you can use a 3 times printf function like this. So otherwise, you can also use one printf function, and if you specify the 3 characters like this, the program output the 3 characters on the computer screen. So this is no problem. So second case is a little difficult. So if you want to print out 20 times print out character A, so of course you can use printf function and specify this string. Okay. So of course this is practically possible. Okay. However, this final case, if you want to print out the A character 10,000 times, so of course you can use printf function, one printf function, and you can specify A characters like this for print out A character 10,000 times. However, so practically impossible, as you know. Okay, so for these cases like this, that you can use, it's better to use the loop sentences. Okay. So in C programming language provide 3 sentences for as loop sentences, for sentence, while sentence, do while sentences. When using a loop sentence, so usually you have to specify the loop counters. Okay, the loop counter usually treated as iteration counters. Okay, so for example, when you calculate any when you execute any sentences, so sometimes you have to know such a sentences how many times executed. To specify such values, the loop counter can be used. For example, you can specify the variable I as an integer type into I. Then, if you use the 4 sentences as an argument of 4 sentences, you can use these operators for increment or decrement of the iteration counter. Okay? So this operator means the increment. And this operator means decrement. So actual meaning is I plus plus completely same I substituted I plus 1. Okay? So sometimes, as I explained, equal is a substitution operators. So this case is variable i's new value is substitution of all the I value plus 1. Okay? So this expression is mathematically wrong. So however, C program, other C program, this is correct. Okay? So because the equal character is treated as a substitution operator. Okay? So similar to this, I minus means I equal I minus 1. Okay? So this is the increment, and this is the decrement. Okay? So here I'd like to introduce 4 sentences, how to specify, how to use 4 sentences in your program. So the typical format is as shown here. So this is a mistake. You have to specify the character. Capital letter is a small character, small f or r. Okay, this is a mistake. For 4 sentences has 3 arguments. Okay, so first argument is the initial setting of loop counter, and second part is a condition expression, and third part is the update of loop counter. So actual execution structure flow is as shown here. So first, each setting of loop counter is treated, executed. And next, the condition is evaluated. If such result is true, the block will be executed. Otherwise, the exit from the loop. Okay? And after the execution of the block, the third part of the arguments, update of loop counter, will be executed. And the process go back to this position. And condition also is evaluated. And if true, a block will be executed and update of loop counter will be executed. Okay? So I'd like to introduce actual program using a 4 sentence. Okay, this program is displays multiples of 2. Okay, 2 by 1, 2 by 2, 2 by 3. Okay, so the result are shown here: 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. These number will be displayed on the computer screen by execution of this program. Okay. So this case is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. So you have to iteration. 9. You have to execute this part by changing this value 9 times. Okay. From 1 to 9. Okay. So this is the actual program. Not difficult, very simple. Okay. So of course, you have to specify the one main function. Okay. And this case is you have to define two integer variables, I and j. Okay. So value of I variable is treated as the base number, 2 by 1, 2 by 2, 2. Okay. And j is treated as a loop counter in these cases. So 2 by 1, 2 by 2, 2 by 3. Okay. So j will be changed from 1 to 9. Okay. So in this case, you have to specify this as argument of for sentence. As I explained, the first part is initial settings. So at the starting point of for sentence, this part will be executed. So variable i's value become 1 as initial value. Okay. So after that, this part will be evaluated. So of course, our first value is 1. So this condition become a true. Then this block will be executed. So this sentence, as a result of this sentence is 2. So because number 2 will be displayed on the computer screen because in this case, I is 2 and j is 1. So 2 by 1 is a 2. Okay. And so after this part, also this second part of the argument will be also evaluated. No, no. After that, this third part of the argument will be executed. So as I explained, this operator is the increment operator. So current value is 1. J's value is 1. Then 1 incremented. So after these operators, j value become 2. Okay. Then this second part also will be evaluated. In this case, j is 2. Then this condition become true. So this block also will be executed. This case is I is 2. So always I is 2. And this case j is 2. So this result 2 by 2, 4. Number 4 will be displayed on the computer screen. Okay? So in this way, so j change from 1 to 9. Okay? So using this printer function, 2 for 18 numbers will be displayed. So after that, this part will be executed. So currently j is 9. Okay, so using these operators, j become a 10. Then, as I explained, this part will be evaluated. So in this case, j is 10. So this condition become false. So loop process. So execution flow exit from this for loop. Okay. So can you understand? Not difficult. Please.
How can we display the space between?
Space, yeah. So if you clearly define the space explicitly, you can put space character here, 2 or 3 space characters. So however, this case is the each display function display the 3 places numbers. So in this case, the 3 is defined. So first, 2 display and 4 display and 6 display. So this case is you don't need to put any spaces. Okay. So however, this value is more big value. So the result will be need 3 spaces, 3 places. So in this case, in such case, you have to specify. You have to put any spaces. Okay. So for example, 100. In this case, you cannot distinguish the numbers. Okay. So do you have any question? Okay. Any question? Okay. So next example is a similar program. However, somehow a little complicated, difficult. Okay. This program displays a multiplication table of 9 by 9, like this. Okay. So this program will display this table on the computer screen. So actual program is shown here. So maybe you can imagine table. So usually if you make a table in your programs, you have to use 4 sentences as a nesting. 2 4 sentences as nesting. Okay? So this case is also 2 integer variables defined, I and j. So I and j are both treated as loop counters for 2 to 4 sentences. Okay? So I corresponds to this row value, and j corresponds to this column value. Okay? So if I is 1 and j is 1, I by 1 become a 1. So this value will be calculated. For example, 81, the I is 9, and j is 9. So this case is I by j become 81. So in this way, you can calculate the contents of these tables. Okay, so as I explained, I is treated as loop counter for this for loop, and j is also treated as a loop counter for this for loop. Okay. So first I become a 1, and next j become a 1. No. First I become a 1, and this part will be evaluated. So of course this become true. Then this block will be executed. Okay. So first part of this block, j equal 1 is executed. J become 1, and this part will be evaluated. Of course, this become true. So this sentence will be executed. In this case, I and j are both 1. So 1 by 1 equals 1. So the integer number of 1 will be printed out, displayed on the computer screen. Okay. Then this is a block of 4 sentences. This 4 sentences. after, after execution of this sentence, J at this part will be executed. So J become a 2, and this also become true. Then this also will be executed. This case is I equal 1 and J equal 2. So number 2, integer number 2, will be displayed on the computer screen like this. Okay, so after that, this part also executed and evaluated, and this will be executed. This case, I equal 1 and J equals 2, and J equals 3. Okay, so 3 will be displayed on the computer screen. Then finally J become a 9. After that, I become a 9, and this printf function executed. Key number 9 will be displayed. After that, this executed. Then J become a 10. This case, this condition become a false. So this part exit from this part. Then this part, okay, outside 4 sentences, this part, third argument, will be executed. This case, J become a 2. Okay. So I become a 2. Then, as I explained before, similarly, this part will be executed. Then the program displayed 2, 4, 6. So these values will be displayed on the computer screen. Okay. So similarly, I become a 9, and J become a 9. So J become a 9 and J become 9. After that, when J become 9 and I become 9 and J become 9, finally this sentence will be executed. After that, J become a 10, and this condition will be false. Then exit from this block. After that, I become 10. Then this condition will be false. So execution exit from this 4 sentences. Okay, can you understand? Please.
That green F?
This part. So if you don't put these sentences, these values display only one line. Can you understand? So you have to put the character returns for each I values, different I values. Okay, so you have to put this part. Hi, please. Green one. Yeah. This is the only comment. Comment. Okay. So yeah, this comment as for this. Okay. So in C program, you can define the 2 types for comments. So one type is this, and another type is the other type is double slash. Okay. For example, if you put any comment, such comment has several lines. Such case, you have to use this type of the comments. So because this case is, you can put comments as one line. If you put many comments in several lines, you have to use like this. First line comment, second line comment. So however, if you use this type of comment, tara 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 tara, tara 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 tara, tara 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 tara. Okay, you can use this. You can put comment like this. Okay. So usually 4 sentences need always loop counters. In the previous example, a variable I or j are treated as loop counters. Okay. So sometimes you don't need any loop counters for loop sentences. For such cases, C program provide 2 types of loop sentences, while sentences and do while sentences. Okay? So this is a format of while sentences. So one argument necessary. So this is usually predicate the condition expressions. If this condition true, this block will be executed. Otherwise, exit from the loop block. Okay? So do while, always this block will be executed once at least. Then this condition will be evaluated. If true, this block also will be executed. Can you understand the difference from this and this? So for example, this block will be executed only if this condition true. So for example, initially this condition, eventually, initial value, initial result of this condition become false. So this block will be not executed. Okay? So however, this case is, this block always executed at least once. Then this condition will be executed. Okay? So actual execution flow as shown here, as I explained. Okay, I also explained while the condition is true, the block will be executed, and when the condition becomes false, the loop will stop. Okay, so there are cases that the block is executed less than once if the condition initially is false. Okay. So this is the actual program using a while sentence. Okay. So this program calculates summation of several input data, input numbers. Okay. So as usually, you have to define one main function at least, and this case is sum and x variables are defined as integer type. Okay, so always sum holds the total number of the input data. Okay, so x is stored for input data each time. So initially, sum should be 0. Okay, and program output data question. Then the user can enter any value. So using scanf functions, such value, input value, will be stored into the variable x. Okay. So as I already explained, undo mark is necessary in this case is very important. Okay. So because you have to specify the address of variables to store the input data. Okay. Then while sentences continue. So first, as I explained, this condition will be evaluated if the input data is not 0. This becomes true. Okay. Okay. If the input data is 0, this condition becomes false. So as you imagine, if you enter the 0, this program will be stopped. Will stop. So if you enter the non-zero values, this block will be executed. Some value of variable sum is substituted by x. So maybe you can imagine so similar to this. The same meaning. This operator is increment, addition, and substitution operator. Okay, so the meaning is shown here. So the old value of sum plus x value become a new value of sum. Okay. Then input value added into the sum value. Okay. Then also this program output data question string on the computer screen like this. Then using scanf, you can enter any value for x variables like this. Okay. After that, this condition will be evaluated. If the input value of x is not 0, this also will be executed. Okay. Then in this way, until you entered 0 for x values, these sentences will be executed. As a result, you can calculate the total number of input data. Then finally, if you enter 0 values, the process executes from this for while loop. Then this printf function will be executed. Then this program will print out the total number, summation of your input data. Okay. So, do you have any question? Okay. So, The content of this sheet I already explained. So can you understand? Okay. So this is the detail of the execution. This part. And no. Yeah. And if you for the playback program, if you enter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0, 6 integer numbers for x variables, so the program will execute like this. Okay. So total number. Actually, the value of some variable become 15. Okay. So the other loop sentence, do while sentence. The typical format is as shown here. Okay. Do and one block and while and one argument. This is the condition expressions. Predicate. Okay. This is the execution flows. Always, in any case, the block will be executed once at least. Then condition will be evaluated. If the condition becomes false, the execution process exits from this loop. If condition is true, also block will be executed. Okay. Well, this is the actual program using do while loop. So the content of the program is almost completely the same for the previous program using while sentence. Okay. So as the previous program, you define the two variables sum and x as integer type, and sum initial value will become 0. And using this block, program output data string, and you can enter any value for a variable x. Okay. After that, total value will be executed. Okay. This is this meaning is the same. This. Okay. If you enter 1, sum become 1. Okay. So this condition will be validated. If you enter 1 for x variable, this condition become true. So this block also will be executed. Then you can enter any other value for x variable. If you enter 2, this cases sum become 3. Okay. And also this becomes true, so this block also executed. So if you enter 0, then this condition will be false. Okay. So the process exits from this loop. Then this printf function will be executed. You can see the total number of other summation of your input data. Okay. So okay, do you have any question? No? So as I explained, as I introduced for loop, while loop, and do while loop, if you want to calculate the summation of 10 number 1 to 10, you can calculate these using these programs: for loop, while loop, and do while loop. Okay, maybe not so difficult. Can you understand? Can you understand? Okay, so this is a typical usage of these loop sentences. So finally, I introduce two important sentences: break and continue sentences. Okay. So actually, somehow it's difficult to explain the actual role of these sentences, break sentence and the continue sentences. So break sentence. If the program meets the break sentences, the process will stop and exit from the loop. Okay, usually break is located inside loop's block. Okay. So that's shown here. Then continue sentence. Continue sentence is also, in fact, very convenient. So its role is to start the next loop if the process or the program meets the continue sentence. Okay, such process will start the next loop. Okay, so it's better to show the actual execution flow. Okay, so this case is a condition for loop. Okay, for loop. Both are execution flow of both for loop. Okay, so if you use the for loop, first condition will be evaluated. Okay, if true, this block will be executed. So if the process meets the break sentence inside the block, loop block, this process immediately stop and exit from the loop. Okay? So continue. If the process meets the continue sentence, the process will start to the next loop immediately. Okay? These following sentences will be omitted. Okay? So usually you don't use a break sentence or a continue sentence. However, if you want to make a very efficient program, like for example, more efficiency for execution speed. Okay? So because if you put continued, if you don't need to execute these sentences, such cases you can put continue sentence. So if so, the actually execution speed will become higher. Okay, so this is also same role. If you put this break sentence here, this remaining sentences will not be executed, omitted. So the execution speed will become a little higher. Okay? So that's all. So finally, I introduce today's exercise. So 3 program. Okay? So first program, as shown here, display all positive integer numbers. Those are smaller than a given positive integer number. So program a printed data question, then you enter, for example, 10 numbers. The program output smaller 9. Okay. First program will display 1 to 9 numbers. Okay. But because these numbers are smaller than these entered values. Can you understand? Okay. So second program displayed all multiples of 3 positive integer numbers. Those are smaller than a given positive integer number. Okay. So the program displayed and you entered, for example, 10. This program, second program, will display multiple of 3, 6, 9. Okay? Positive integer number. Then multiple of 3. And smaller than entered value. Okay? So first program, second program. Okay? Okay? So these are not so difficult. So however, third program is also difficult. So this program displays all integer numbers. Those include decimal digit 3 and smaller than a given positive integer number. So the third program display data question and you enter 100. Okay, as a given positive integer numbers. This program displays first you have to select a smaller positive integer numbers, okay, than this given number. If you enter 100, the candidate become a 1 to 99. Okay. Then, other condition. The other condition is those number should include the decimal digit 3. So 3 and 13, 23, 30, 33, 43, 53, 63, 73, 83, 93. Total 3. Okay, you can understand? Third program, you have to enter any values. This program will display a positive integer number less than this enter value. First, this program select a candidate like this because these number, integer number, less than entered number. Okay. So also this program select any numbers include the decimal digit 3. Okay. So those numbers should be as shown here. Okay. 3, 13, 20, 30. That's 3. Can you understand? So because decimal digit 3 include these numbers, decimal integers. Okay, can you understand? So in fact, this program was also difficult program. Okay, anyway, try to make this program. So anyway, can you understand what you mean? What the meaning of this program? Okay, okay.